Welcome. We are going to create a video today that explains how to create your rough draft for your house. The first step we need to do is talk about the design and the problems and minimums and maximums that we're going to use. If you take a look, this house right here is more of a cabin style. It's a mini house. It's only 640 square foot is what you laid out in the parking lot. You need to design a 2 to 3 room cabin to meet the following criteria. It must be 32 feet long, 20 feet wide, have a minimum of 2 interior walls, and one of those walls has to have a door. You need 1 exterior door and 2 exterior windows. Those are the minimums. You can have more than that, but not any less. And the reason why we're going with this is so that you all have the chance to complete your house in the time frame that we have committed to this project. If anything you add more than this, you will have to make sure that you spend extra time and devotion to creating your project. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is, now that we know the minimums and maximums, let's take a look at, you will be given a piece of this graph paper. If you notice, I already put down the 32-foot width, or length, excuse me, and the 20-foot width. Now, you got to create where you want your placement of windows and doors. Now, another thing to consider while doing this is the symbols for walls and doors. If you look at the symbol for a window, it's just a double line like this, which represent like 2 panes of glass. That's the symbol for the window. This is a symbol for a door opening. It just means just a double line like that. All right, so you need to make sure that you put that in your rough draft, the symbol for a window and the symbol for a door opening. You need to have that in there. Now, if you also look on the rough draft, you can see that I have dimensions right here of 32 feet. See the arrow? And you need to have that on your house. I gave you this one and this one, but you will need to mark out where your window placements and your door placements will be. So you need to create that also. So now that we're back to the graph paper, you got to think about this and how you want your house to be. Remember, minimum 2 windows, 1 exterior door, 2 interior walls with one of those walls having a door. Now, maybe I want a window right here. So I go like this and I draw that in. Now, maybe I want a wall right here and a wall going right here. Now, that's all you need to do. Now, the lines are not really important, whether they're exactly straight or not. This is a rough draft to allow you to draw the walls in the coming steps. So now I need to put another window in. Maybe I want it right here. Maybe I want my door right here, a big old patio door. So then I'm going to put a door right here. If you notice, I have the minimums in. Now I got to come back and actually give it some measurements. So from here to here, I'm going to go 4 foot. That will be your choice as far as the distance you want. Make sure you put those arrows. Now, another thing too is, how big is this window? Now, windows can be as big as you want. Windows, in the other handout that I gave you, kind of talks about different styles of windows and everything else. Maybe I want a great big window here. I'm going to go 6-foot window. I want a big glass right there to view outside. Now, is that suffice for that measurement? Yes, it is, because you can see the 4 foot, 6 foot. Now I gotta come over here and I need some measurements for this big door. Now I'm gonna go right here, put a measurement. I'm gonna go 6 foot right here. Now remember, it's 20 foot, isn't it? So we gotta make sure any measurements we put here does not exceed the 20 foot. So I'm gonna go to this one right here. I want a big old glass patio door to go out on a deck in the future date. So I'm gonna go 8 foot. Now if we add up 6 and 8 is 12, 14, so that still leaves 6 feet, so then it's kind of proportioned right. Now we need to finish this one up. How far is this wall off the corner? Now we can go right here. Proportionally, it's a little bit more than half, so I'm gonna go 12 feet. Now I have one right here. I'm gonna come in. Remember, this is 32. So I think I'll go about 14 feet on this one. So I have my measurements for the wall. It's 14 feet right here, 12 here. Now I also am missing some measurements. This door right here, knowing that this is 14, I'm gonna go 4 foot right here. Then I'm gonna go a 3 foot door right here. Now, if I look over here, I'm gonna come right here and I'm gonna go, I need to place that window. I'm gonna go, I don't know, 6 foot right here is kind of what I have an idea for. Then I'm gonna go another 6 foot right here to kind of show you where I want the placement of that right there. Now, if you take a look, this would be a rough draft. You would bring this up to me and I will take a look at it to make sure that everything's good. Then I will give you a signature on it, says that everything, you have all the minimum requirements and everything in there to do that. Now here's a couple other examples of a rough draft. If you can take a look, everything is measured out. Here is another example of a rough draft. Now, that information should get you clearly enough to complete your rough draft. If not, make sure you ask and we will clarify.